Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So my name is Yemi C, aka Yemtam. If you are new here, we focus on motherhood, lifestyle, and all things in between. So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing all the must-have items that I feel every first-time parent, mom or dad, needs to make sure that they have in stock in their home. Alright, so I did make a list just to make sure my thoughts are organized. So the first thing I want to mention is every single baby is different. My baby is going to be different from the needs of your baby, so please do tend to that specifically. Alright, so first-time mom must-haves. So the breast pump I would recommend is definitely the Spectra. At first I bought the Medela pump, and I'll post that here, but that didn't do it for me. It wasn't really like, the output wasn't as strong as I really wanted it to be. But as soon as I learned about Spectra, y'all, I'm done. Like, I'm done shopping around. That was, it still is. I'm still pumping today. Now my baby is 7 months and I plan to go the whole year. That pump really is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. And I have the blue Spectra, not the pink one. And it has nothing to do really with like the gender of your baby. So the pink one, you have to stay plugged into the wall, versus the blue one, once it's fully charged, you can then unplug it and move around in your house as you need to, in case you need to do other duties, cook, laundry, whatever. So I prefer the blue one, and that's the one I got. In addition to a breast pump that's very good, and just to mention, I did buy the wearable breast pumps, but for me, it just didn't, like, the output was not enough, because I knew my breasts were still full even after expressing all that milk, and it just wasn't enough for me. So I just go ahead and use my Spectra, one and done, and I'm good to go. So typically when you do buy the breast pump, they come alongside the pump part. So the flanges, the valve, which is what they call the duct valve, and then the actual collectors. So those flanges are something I want to mention. They're not going to be your size. Like, those, they need to have a disclaimer on every single package and say, hey, you're still going to need to have your nipples measured, and then you can now go buy like a third-party flange size to now insert, or replace that flange that comes with the Spectra pump or any pump that you get. So I think the generic size was like a 24 mm, and I'm definitely not anywhere close to that. I'm not going to give you my number, but I had to get my correct flange, and that's when I started really noticing the correct outputs of milk. So highly recommend you getting your nipple size measured so you can get the correct flange size for your pumps, okay? And then in the whole conversation of pump parts and pumps, you're going to need bottles for your baby. So whether or not you're breastfeeding or formula feeding, you're going to feed your baby via bottles. So that's a must have. So we use Dr. Brown's, like the anti-colic with the green pipes in the middle. And then we also use the Philip Avent, okay? We stuck straight to the Dr. Brown's because of the anti-colic. Newborns typically spit up, and that was great. The only thing I did not like about the Dr. Brown's was that when it's upside down, when it's tilted, the milk is actually going to spill out from the nipple. So if you're in the middle of the night, you're feeding your baby, and you put the bottle and it tilts over, you have a mess now, because it doesn't have that like suction only pull from the nipple. So that's why I love the Avent's bottles, because even if you flip it upside down, there's not a single drop that will come out of the bottle until the baby actually puts their mouth on the bottle. Nipple sizes for the bottles also matter. So when you have a newborn, you're usually going to stick with size 1, and then later on, like a couple months later, we now increase to like size 2, size 3, and it all just really correlates to how much milk is coming out of the bottle. So the higher the number, the more flow for the baby as they're sucking the milk from the bottle. Once Gio hit 3 months, we actually removed the green part of the Dr. Brown's bottle, just because his like spit up drastically reduced, so we didn't feel like we needed it anymore. So we still use the Dr. Brown's bottles now, but we just removed the green spout. The Avent bottles, we use those. I love them. I'm always getting them from Target or even Amazon. I just like to have extra bottles on hand, so so that you're not always washing bottles, okay? And just also in that same topic, you're going to need like some kind of bowl to put used bottles in, used nipples, pump parts, and then fill it up with water and soap. You're gonna need a brush, like a bottle brush for babies, specifically for your baby. Please don't use the same bottle brush that you all use in your kitchen for your baby. Keep their like equipment and tools separate. So we have all that in the kitchen ready to go. Next is gonna be the sterilizer. So it's not enough to just like hand wash bottles. You also need to make sure that you're sterilizing these bottles and the pump parts. Typically when you get a new set of bottles or pump parts, you want to make sure you sterilize it first and foremost, even after you wash it. And then after every use, continue to sterilize the bottle. So the way we do ours is, as soon as Gio uses a bottle, we throw it in the bin right next to the sink, and we accumulate enough, maybe like 4 or 5 bottles. We wash all of those together, right? And then we now place them in the sterilizer, pour a little bit of water, that boils it and dries it, and then we put it on the drying rack. So we all know that if a bottle or whatever is on the rack, that has been sterilized and that's good to go. So it's like a 3-step system. Hand wash, sterilize, then you can hang it out so it's easy to grab. We also put it up in the cupboards, but it just depends. Okay, that's really all I want to say regarding pump parts. Just make sure you can, oh, and also please make sure you buy extra pump parts. So, you know, the bottles, like the set that comes with the parts, feel free to buy 2 or 3, because y'all, if you're pumping every 2 to 3 hours, think about it. That means you have to be washing those parts ahead of that hour mark, that 2-hour mark, and make sure it's dry so you can use it again. And I know women out there know about like the fridge method, like put it in a Ziploc, put it in a fridge. I'm not doing that just because I don't feel safe enough and believe it's clean and sanitary enough. So I like to have extra pump parts so I know, okay, as I've used this, in another 2 hours, I have one that's ready to go, and then I can now wash like 4. You know what I mean? So buy extra. It's, you know, if you are able to, go ahead and buy extra. Next up, I want to talk about nursing. So the first one on my nursing list is going to be the nursing bra. Welcome to motherhood, right? Normally, as like young CC women, you know, we're young, we're living the best life. We have the push-up bras, we have the snatched up, you know, elevating the bras. But I haven't worn a push-up bra, y'all, since I gave birth. Why? Because I now live mostly, like 80% of my time, in nursing bras. I have the breastfeeding ones that snap from here. You open it down here, you open it to here. And then I also have the pumping bras. The pumping bra, highly recommend this one from Amazon. This is the best nursing bra I have come across. And I've tried a couple different ones from Amazon, but this is really the best one. I don't wear this one like a regular bra just because it doesn't have that support, and it did come with strings, but I'm pretty heavy chested, so it doesn't pull it up enough for me. But I know when it's time to pump, put it right on, and it's very easy to just roll it up and put it next to your pump part, your pumps, you're good to go. So 2 types of bra: the breastfeeding one, which opens up from top to bottom, and then you're also going to need the pumping bra if you choose to pump during this journey. Okay, next up is our boppy pillow. Everybody needs a boppy pillow. Please take the boppy pillow to the hospital with you when it's time to deliver. Okay, so when it's time to deliver your baby and your baby's trying to latch onto your breast, those first few moments and times and tries, it's going to take a little bit of practice. Like, that's why they have breastfeeding consultants in the hospital ready to go. So I know when Gio was latching on, like, I'm a first time mom. I don't know. I have not done this before, right? No matter how many dolls you use to practice, it's not the same. Your baby is a whole human, right? And they're also learning how to latch. So that boppy pillow, what it does is it like raises the baby's height closer to the breast to make it easier for the baby to latch on, and also for you, because you just gave birth. You don't have the energy to be carrying the baby like in all kind of uncomfortable positions. The pillow is there to support you. Also for night feedings, any day feedings as well, I use the boppy pillow like straight for 1 month when me and Gio was still trying to like figure out this latching and breastfeeding journey. Keep it with you in bed when it's like those middle of the night feedings, on the couch when we're just relaxing, it's time to feed, and then just anywhere, just keep it with you. Okay, burp clots, y'all. I mean, I have yet to meet a baby that does not spit up. Like, it's it's just what babies do, and that's why burp clots are so common. I'm sure every woman that has like this list here on YouTube, if they don't mention burp clots, just go ahead and X out, because that is a necessity. Burp clots come in so handy. We have some here. We have a whole like burp cloth drawer in his dresser. We have burp clots in every caddy station. We have it in a diaper bag. Burp clots should always be so close to you because your baby can spit up after a feed-in. It really just depends. You can clean their face in case it gets messy. Keep these burp clots next to you. You cannot be using paper towels on your baby because it's rough. And you know, baby skins are soft. So the burp cloth, it's like made of cotton. It's like muslin cotton. Super soft. I love it. Keep it around because you're definitely going to need it. I think we have like either 30 burp cloths, if not more, just because you don't want to keep doing laundry. Just have enough where you don't have to keep stressing about, oh man, I didn't do laundry, now I don't have any. So burp cloths, buy more than you think you will need, and they're great baby shower gifts as well. Okay, so let's talk about clothes. So for Gio, for the first 3 months of his life, he mostly lived in onesies. Why? Because number one, he's a winter baby. We rarely went out smack dab in the middle of winter to go like, you know, let's go have a picnic. That did not happen because my baby is a winter baby. So we did the onesies most of the time. And also during that second month, as a new mom, I'm resting. I'm trying to like catch up on sleep that I did not sleep overnight. You know, thank God for the help that we had. So you don't really have the time to be dressing your baby every day. So that's why those onesies come in handy. Now I got onesies, I think from Old Navy and Carter and some from Amazon. But let me tell you this. Get any kind of onesie you want. I just have one recommendation. Make sure it's the zipper kind. Zip up, zip down. They even have the ones that go both ways. Zippers are your friend when it comes to baby clothes. I cannot stress that enough. The whole button situation, one by one, it's too much. Like when it comes to babies, you want it to be fast. Like, let's go, right? Zippers, zoop, zoop, in and out. When your baby has an explosion, you don't have time to be patiently doing each button. Time is of the essence. So those zippers come in handy for the onesies or any outfit I would suggest. The only kind of outfits that Gio has that are more so buttons are his t-shirts, like the button-up t-shirts, because he's a baby boy. So we wear a lot of button-up t-shirts, and that's understandable. But if it's just like staying at home or whatever or pajamas, it's definitely going to be zippers for my boy. So I highly recommend that as well. Bibs. They have so many different types of bibs out there for babies. It doesn't even matter which one. Please have some on hand. We have all kinds of bibs, the triangular bibs, the rectangular bibs, the silicone bibs. We have it all, and trust me, we have used them all. Get you some bibs, okay? Next up are diapers, and that's category of cleaning up your baby. So diapers, number one, buy more than you think you would need. And I say that because your baby's going to go through diapers every 2 hours, ideally, right? 2 to 3 hours, you're changing the baby's diapers. So imagine that in a day, maybe 8 diapers per day. And each box, I don't even know how many comes in a box, but you're going to be using a lot of diapers. So for Gio, we started off using the newborn size. We did that for about 2 weeks, and then we increased to size 1. We had about 3 or 4 boxes of size 1, and then size 2, 3 or 4, and then size 3, 3 or 4, and then now we're doing size 4, and then we've introduced pull-ups as well. So buy more diapers than you think you would need. Just, I would say don't buy too many newborn diapers because baby grows fast. So 2 weeks, 3 weeks of newborn, and then go straight to size 1. But before you get in the hospital, when you come home, please make sure you have size 1, 1 box of size 1, 1 box of size 2 alongside your newborn. Just so you don't the energy to be going to the store and coming back just for little supplies like that, it's up to you if you want to do that. I just like to stock up at home, okay? And the brand of the diaper really doesn't matter. I felt like they were both good. We used Pampers, and then we also used Huggies. Both of them were great. I don't have a recommendation of which one to use. Use the one that you feel your baby prefers the most. You don't want explosions that come up the back. You know, make sure the diaper is pretty secure. It's more so about sizing than it is the brand. Okay. Wipes. The brand that we use for wipes is the Water Wipes. They are amazing. And I'm not the kind of person that likes too much fragrance in anything. I have sensitive skin. So a lot of our like soaps and laundry detergent, everything is sensitive free. Like everything is free and clear. And I expect the same for Giovanni's like diapers and wet wipes. So the wet wipes we use, it's called Water Wipes. That's the only one he's ever used. I think that's the one we're going to continue to use. They're just amazing. I just like that it's 99% of water. So that alone made me feel comfortable. He uses that alongside the wipes, which we have in every station. Just like our diapers, we have diapers and wipes in every single caddy station, in the dresser in his room, in his nursery. We have 2 diaper stations, one in our bedroom and one downstairs. So make sure, and also his diaper bag, make sure you have wipes in every single place that you would think you would need diapers as well. So because he was a winter baby, we also made sure to buy a wipe warmer. Honestly, buying this, it was highly recommended just from the girls online, but we only use it for a month. So if you feel like that's a great investment for your baby while they're fresh out of the womb for the first month, go ahead and buy it. For me, we actually stopped using it after I read online that it harbors bacteria just because of the warm environments. Once I read that, checking out, we stopped using the wipe warmer. And the second thing I would say is it dried the wipes. Yeah, it was weird which makes sense. If you keep something on a heated surface, it's going to evaporate the water, whatever amount of water is in there. So that's what happened. So we just decided to stop using the wipe warmer. It wasn't worth it. Would I buy it again? Absolutely not. But if you have a winter baby or you want your baby to only be using warm wipes, go for it. Is it a necessity? Absolutely not. Okay. So the diaper caddy. So we actually use a cart as his diaper caddy just because in his nursery we change him on the dresser. It has a whole dresser, like a diaper changing pad. So we have diapers in the dresser, and I'm pointing this way because the dresser is right in front of me. And then again, like I mentioned, in our bedroom we have this cart, and then downstairs we also have the cart, and then in his diaper bag as well. I also actually have some diapers in my car, my SUV, just to make sure we're always good on diapers and wipes. You don't want to ever be without those two. Okay. A Moses basket. So he's actually using a Moses basket, but a lot of people recommend the Peanuts changing pad. So for us, I love the aesthetic of the Moses basket. It's just so traditional, so like it just reminds me of home. And then you can use this peanut changing pad if that's also your vibe. So the Moses basket that we do use, it came with a changing pad that you can just wipe or easily just take it to the sink and rinse off. If that's your vibe, go ahead and get the Moses basket. Okay. All right, so now let's get into bathing your baby. I highly recommend this like baskets. What is it called? Yeah, it's a baby wash basket. That's literally what it's called. The brand is Summer Deluxe Baby. We have the blue one just because his grandma gave that to him. I think they also have a pink one as well. This was a lifesaver when it came to bathing Giovanni. It's so light. It's easy to carry from either the guest bathroom to our bathroom. It's so easy to use. A lot of people recommended this one, but this actually was not comfortable for our baby in the initial stage. Now at 6-7 months, he's actually started using this one at 6-7 months. Like we just now started using it because now he can sit up. But as a fresh newborn, highly recommend this one. It's just so comfortable for the baby and it's easier for you as well. Okay. Next now recommend is washcloths. Just like those burp cloths, you cannot have enough washcloths. Make sure they're the super soft kinds. Very like your baby's skin is so tender, so soft. Please make sure you're using soft, clean cotton on your baby's skin. So definitely have washcloths. Make sure you have towels on hand, and we do a nice rotation of laundry every so often, very frequently, to make sure we're not like keeping things for too long. We don't want. I highly recommend the Mustela newborn set. This brand has been amazing. They have a cleansing gel, they have the body lotion, diaper cream, cradle cap cream. They have it all. I recommend this brand just because it's been so good to us. So the very first book that Gio read, I would say, is this one called Black and White. I highly recommend it. There are no words in the book, but it's more so for their developmental phase. Also got like a Bible book for our baby, just to make sure as Christians we started instilling those stories to him, bedtime stories to him. Okay. In regards to play, this is the play mat that we used for, and we still use it for Gio. He loves it. It's just to lay him down and he starts like playing with all the trinkets up top. And he loves it. Like 10-20 minutes there, he rolls now and like kicks it, looks at himself in the mirror, jingles something. Absolutely loves it. And then definitely you need this piano play gym. It's like baby 101. Gio has been using this one. He loves it. Now that he's a little bit older, he's rolling like off of the mat, but we're still like listening to the songs. Like so many different songs are just on this piano set. It has this, you know, different things he can look at, the mirror, the jingle, shake, 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 all of that stuff. Like it keeps him engaged. The color stripes keeps him engaged as well. Highly, highly recommend this play mat. For health wise, so I didn't know that babies needed to have vitamin D drops. His pediatrician actually recommended it. So vitamin D drops, I would definitely recommend you have. As soon as I pump my breast milk, I just squeeze 1 drop of this vitamin D per day, you know, and feed it directly to Giovanni, and he gets his daily supply of vitamin D. So next up is the Ugu Bear for boogers. Just as it sounds, it's literally for boogers. It's like a little tool that you use for your baby. Make sure it's clean and sterile. Put it in the nose to remove any kind of snot, either wet snot or dry snot. There's a side for each one, and it's amazing. And it can't go too far back because they made it in such a way that it's, you know, you have to be soft-handed, not heavy-handed to use it. And then lastly, it's going to be the Frida Snot Sucker. I'm not sure the exact name, but I've put a picture here for you guys. Please make sure you have one. There's going to be a time when your baby is like clogged up. They have some kind of sinus situation. I'm not the kind of mom that likes to put my mouth on my baby's like nose and suck out the snot. That's not me. It's not going to be me. Thankfully, they've developed tools to help women like me do that. So this tool does just that. So the hatch. Shh. That noise right there. The hatch. You gotta have the hatch. We have it stationed in our bedroom. Gio knows exactly when it's bedtime. He's gonna hear that hatch. Even for us, it lets us sleep pretty nicely just because it's a nice soothing ocean sound that we use. You can change. They have so many different sounds, like the rain sound. We use it. It also serves as a night light, which is great. And we actually carried it to Chicago with us on our trip. That's how vital it is for Gio's sleep. We've never gone a night without using it, so I don't even know what to expect if we did not use it. So thankfully to the makers of Hatch, thank y'all for making it. Okay. For swing sets, we have this swing right here. Gio used it more so when he was younger, like a newborn, than he does now. He does not like the swing anymore just because now he's like starting to crawl and like use his walker. But when he was a newborn, we used the swing. And also the baby Bajorn. I'm not sure how to say that second part. I'm just gonna say baby B. This is a must because as a mom, I have a business I have to tend to. I need to cook dinner for the family. I need to go use the restroom. I need to take a shower. Whatever it is, you just carry this baby Bajorn, carry it in one hand, you carry your baby in the other hand, and you place him right there. Plop, and he stays. He's comfortable. Baby loves it. Okay, he loves it. So highly recommend. Doesn't matter what color or texture, it's great. Okay. And y'all, I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover on my list. I really do hope this has been helpful to you guys. Even if it's not for you, this could be great gift ideas for anyone that is having a baby shower soon, friend or family. trust me, they need these essentials, right? So thank you so much for listening today. As Gio continues to grow older, as I continue to use different things for him, I'll be sure to share that as well. But for now, I think you'll be okay with the list I've provided. Now, granted, there are other important things that a baby would need, and that's why that disclaimer was there in the beginning. Every baby is different, but that's what came to mind when I sat down and wrote this list down, and I said, yeah, I have to share this with people out there. So I hope it's been helpful. Thank you so much for listening till the end, and I'll catch you in my next video.